Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. This is biology session. You are watching Heredity from Parent to Progeny part 4. So, in the last session we have discussed about the term homozygous heterozygous. Okay, let us have a brief recall and enter into the today's session. Okay. In homozygous condition, the organism, what happened? The organisms have two similar genes or alleles for a particular character in a homologous pair of chromosomes. For example, capital T, for example, tallness representing capital T or small t. Okay. The organisms containing two different alleles or the organisms containing two different alleles or an individual containing both dominant and recessive genes of an allelic pair. Okay. That is capital T, for example, you can take capital T, small t, this pair. So, observe these three pairs, capital T, small t, these are called homozygous. Okay. Homozygous or homologous pairs of chromosomes they are. Okay, but the organisms containing two different alleles or an individual containing both dominant and recessive genes of an allelic pair. So, this capital T and small t is said to be heterozygous. This is homozygous and this is heterozygous. Okay, heterozygous. Here capital T represents the dominant allele, small t represents the recessive allele. Okay. So, based on this only, this monohybrid cross. What is monohybrid cross means? When only one allelic pair is considered in cross breeding, it is called monohybrid cross. When two allelic pairs are used for crossing, then it is called dihybrid. Okay. So, the reciprocal cross also we are going to discuss. This Mendel, it is called Mendelism. What is Mendelism means? The Mendel had conducted several hybridization experiments on garden pea plant, Pisum sativum. The number of characters studied by the Mendel in pea plants were 7. The number of chromosomes present in the Pisum sativum is 14, that is a diploid set of chromosomes 2n, 14 chromosomes are present. But Mendel restricted his experiments to one or few pairs of contrasting characters in each experiment, one or few. Okay, that may be the color of the pod or color of the seed. Okay, that is the height of the plant, like that. Are you ready, children? Let us proceed. In the today's session, we are going to have very interesting discussion. The constitution of pea plants as shown by the representative letters capital Y and small y to show the probable nature of factors, it is known as genotype. Okay. The ratio is known as genotypic ratio. What is the genotypic ratio? The phenotypic ratio we have seen 3:1 monohybrid. What do you call that law of dominance? Okay, 3:1. But here the genotypic ratio, when you observe deep, it is 1:2:1. Okay, on self pollinating these piece of F2 generation, we get three results. The first one, the capital Y piece will on self-pollinating give only yellow, capital Y piece only. This was explained with the experimental results that is set gave 100% of yellow piece. Okay. So here, so capital Y when they are crossed, they produce all capital Y combinations only. So it is 100% yellow piece. The second one, the second result, the capital Y or small y capital Y piece on self-pollination give about 75% yellow piece and about 25% green piece. This situation is the same as the step 2, that is a 3:1 ratio. Okay, you can see here. So 3 capital Y, small y, capital Y, 3 yellows and 1 green. Okay, 3:1 ratio is produced in the second. Next, number 3, the green piece that contain small y factors will give only green piece, just like the first one. Okay, so here small y combinations, all small y's only. Okay, so these are the results on self-pollinating the piece which are produced, the F2 generation we get this. Next, in nature there are many factors responsible for different properties. Okay, how can this be applied to Mendel's experiment? Okay, can we test our hypothesis with more than one factor? Can we test our hypothesis with more than one factor? Think. How can this be applied to Mendel's experiment? This can be done together when two pairs of contrasting characters. Okay, this can be done together when two pairs of contrasting characters are taken into consideration. Okay, number 1, the color of the piece, yellow and green, symbolically indicated by capital Y, small y. The two contrasting characters we have taken, considering 2, and the shapes of piece we are considering round and wrinkled, symbolically represented by capital R and small r. The plants with yellow and round seeds. Okay, the plants with yellow and round seeds, pure, that is capital Y and capital R, were crossed with those having green and wrinkled seeds, green color and wrinkled seeds, pure, that is small y, small r. Means we are applying the Mendel's experiment by taking two pairs of contrasting characters. Okay, this is not newly done, it is already done by the Mendel. Okay. So all the pea seeds that were yellow and round skinned, by taking the two contrasting characters, each pea will have the factors, that is capital Y, small y, capital R, small r. The capital Y representing yellow, okay, and small y representing green, capital R representing round, and small r representing wrinkled. Okay. Since yellow color, the capital Y factor, and the round skin, capital R factor, these are dominant triads. These are dominant triads. So all the pea plants will be round and yellow in F1 generation. The first filial generation, all are round and yellow. Why? Because capital R and capital Y are dominant alleles, dominant factors. We got in F2 generation some seeds were round and yellow, that is capital Y, capital R, small r, or we got capital Y, and capital R. Okay. Some seeds are some seeds were round and green. Once again, small y, capital R, or small y, capital R, small r. Okay. Some seeds were wrinkled and yellow, capital Y, small r, or capital Y, small r. Okay. And some seeds were wrinkled and green. Wrinkled and green means total recessive, that is small y, small r. Okay. So, you see the two pairs, the contrasting characters we have considered, okay, that is color and shape. Okay. The capital Y representing yellow, and capital R representing round. Here small y representing green, and small r representing wrinkled. Okay. On cross pollination of these two varieties of P, then in the F1 generation, capital Y, capital R, small r combinations are produced. Okay. So, these are the yellow and round, because capital Y and the capital R, these two are dominant factors. When these are self pollinated, then these are produced, capital Y, capital R, small r. Okay. And some are capital Y, capital R, okay, and some are small y, capital R, or small y, capital R, small r, or some of them are small y, pure green, small y, small r, round and wrinkle. Okay. So, we have to remember here capital Y represent the yellow color, small y represent the green color, capital R represents the round shape, and the small r represent the wrinkle shape of the P. So, what should be the percentage of each type? What should be the percentage of each type? The Mendel explained the process of inheritance of more than one pair of characters. This law is known as law of independent assortment. Law of independent assortment. So, what does this law states? The principle of independent assortment states that the genes of different characters located in different pairs of chromosomes are independent of one another in their segregation during gamete formation. Okay. Once again I repeat, the principle of independent assortment states that the genes of different characters located in different pairs of chromosomes are independent of one another in their segregation during gamete formation. The Mendelian recombinations were mainly due to the independent assortment. This principle was proved using the dihybrid cross and phenotypic ratio, that is 9:3:1. 9:3:1. Okay, we will learn more about this in further classes. So, for the basic understanding, okay, we have to refer at the end of the textbook one annexure is given. The Mendel propounded that among a pair of closely related alleles or factors for a character, only one expresses itself in the first generation as one of the allele is dominant over the other. Okay. So, this is so evident that it came to be called as Mendel's law of dominance. Mendel's law of dominance. So, he also stated that every individual possesses a pair of alleles, means assuming only a pair is present for any particular triad, and that each parent passes a randomly selected copy allele of only one of these two, an offspring. Okay. Means the offspring then receives its own pair of alleles for that triad, one each from both parents. So, this is what the Mendel called segregation, law of segregation. What is law of segregation means? The law of segregation, it is a principle of segregation, states that when a pair of contrasting factors are brought together in a hybrid, these factors do not blend or mix up, but simply associate themselves. Pair of contrasting factors are brought together in a hybrid. These factors do not blend or mix up, but simply associate themselves and remain together and separate again at the time of gamete formation. This law is known as law of purity, law of purity of gametes, law of purity of gametes, because each gamete is pure in itself, having either capital T, the gene for tallness, or small t, the gene for dwarfness. Okay. Or here capital Y, gene for yellow, small y, gene for green. Okay. The triads that may be passed on from one generation to the next generation is called as heritable triads. Triads means the characteristic features. We have studied some of them for the pea plant in the experiments conducted by Mendel. So, what are those experiments? Here a simple activity is given. Let us do the following activity to understand the Mendelian principles of heredity. What are the materials required? We required 3 centimeter and 1 centimeter breadth chart pieces. The 2 centimeter length and 1 centimeter breadth chart pieces, how many? 16. Okay, 3 centimeter length and 1 centimeter length, how many pieces? 16 pieces. And 2 centimeter length and 1 centimeter breadth chart pieces, how many? 16. And red ribbons 16, white ribbons, red buttons we need 16, and white buttons we need 16, and a chart, a scale, sketch pen, pencil, and 2 bags we required. The method: prepare a chart with 4 into 4 boxes along with number and symbol as shown in the figure, like this. Bag A, the bag B, representing 1 to 16. Okay, the columns and rows 1 to 16. Now, what you have to do? The game 1, monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross. So, this monohybrid cross means when one allelic pair is considered in cross breeding, it is called as a monohybrid cross. Okay. Starting with hybrid parents. To start with what we have to take? Take 1, 2 or 3, 4. In case you start 1, 2, pick all the 16 long and short pieces and prepare such pairs in each of which you have a long and short piece. Okay. Now, what you have to take? Take 8 pairs each of long and short strips and put them in 2 separate bags. Here 2 bags are there, no? A and B. So, now each bag contains how many strips? 16 strips, 8 long and 8 short strips. So, one bag, let us say A, it represent male, and the bag B represent the female. Okay. Now, what you have to do? Now, randomly pick 1 strip each from bag A and bag B and put them together in the 1 on the chart. Okay. Here the number 1 is there, no, you have to pick one strip from bag A and one strip from bag B and put it on 1. So, like that keep picking out the strips and arrange them in the same manner till your bag becomes empty. The same time your boxes in the chart are filled with the pairs of strips. Okay. You might have got the following combinations. What are the combinations? 2 long strips, 1 long strip and 1 short strip, and 2 short strips. Okay, what is the number of long strip pairs? Okay, 2 long strips. What is the number of 1 long and 1 short strip pairs? Okay, 1 each. What is the number of short strips? 2 short strips. Okay, what is the percentage? Okay, that is the combination 2:, what is the ratio? You have to find out what is the percentage of each type, also find their ratios. So, you will get the ratio, that is according to this law of dominance 3:1 ratio. Okay. If you consider the principle of independent assortment, we will get 9:3:3:1 ratio. Okay, we obtain. Okay. So, we can what you can conclude from this game. Okay, we obtain the combinations. So, we can prove the principle of segregation, principle of dominance, and the principle of independent assortment, Mendelian principles. Okay. Hope you followed, children. Okay, in the presence of your teacher, conduct this activity. Okay, or your friends together you can do and get the ratios. Okay. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.